The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
This show is proudly sponsored by coinspot.com.au, with the largest range of cryptocurrencies anywhere in the Australian market. With an updated verification process, you can now be verified using only your driver's license or passport within seconds. You can instantly deposit funds and instantly start buying and selling your favorite cryptocurrencies in under 5 minutes. CoinSpot are giving away $10 worth of free Bitcoin for each verified user once they make their first deposit. Just go to coinspot.com.au/BTC123. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Today's guest, we've got another young man with an exchange. And I want to speak to this gentleman about what's different about what he's doing, what he's targeting, why he's doing it, and what his background is. Of course, it's Artur Azizov. What a cool name. Founder and CEO at B2BX Exchange and Brokerage. Thank you for being on the show.
Okay. Thank you for inviting here. I'm so excited to be here on your podcast. Yeah, because it's well-known podcast, and I'm glad to speak with you.
Look out, we've got a fanboy on our hands. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the depths of what this exchange is all about, because look, you guys know from watching and listening to this that we do speak to a number of exchanges. And the whole idea of doing this is to understand what exchange is doing, what the future of exchanges look like, and where we can all find opportunities to effectively better our services. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the exchange itself, would you like to just talk us through a little bit about what your background is coming into this?
We launched BitBroker in 2014, and in 2015, we have got one client from Malaysia, and they started pay us in Bitcoin for our services. And on spring in 2015, first time I faced with crypto space, with BTC. And at that time, we didn't understand what we need to do, how it works, what is it, we just keep it. And then in 2016, when Bitcoin price was hit $800, it was November of 2016, and then we realized that it's pretty interesting story, and we started figure out what is it, how it works, and at the same time we have got a few requests from our clients, from forex brokers, that they want to connect to their MT4, MT5 trading platforms. And they want, besides of the forex, they want to provide crypto CFD for their clients as well. And then they ask us, guys, can you help us? Can you connect a few exchanges to our MT4, MT5? And that's how we entered to the market, to the crypto space.
So where are you getting your, obviously you're a provider of liquidity across multiple exchanges. So where do you get the liquidity from?
First of all, it's liquidity from our liquidity pool. How we do that? We connected to multiply major exchanges first. The second thing is we attract the strong market makers to our liquidity pool. The third thing, because we have now around 70 brokers, 70 plus brokers who are connected to our liquidity pool. So every trade create additional liquidity inside in the pool. So from very beginning, it was only liquidity stream from aggregator. We aggregated liquidity and then created one stream and provided to to the clients or exchanges. But when our brokers, when they started trade, so we got like the new liquidity because they started to place limit orders, and besides of that, we also attracted the strong market makers. And the last point is when we launched our exchange, the clients on our exchange also they bring the new liquidity to our liquidity pool
on a B2C basis, right?
Yes. In other words, like then more clients we have, then more brokers we connect, then stronger liquidity we have.
Of course. So let me ask you a question. I mean, there's a lot of exchanges out there. You know as well as I do. There are a dime a dozen. What sets you apart?
Basically, what we do on our exchange, it's we do focus on fiat markets and on stable coin markets, because I firmly believe that only, let's say, fiat exchanges can compete now on the market. Because, for example, yes, of course, you can launch crypto to crypto exchange. It's not hard. Yes, it's you don't need to follow like strong legislative. You need just register company somewhere and buy white label of exchange and launch it. But when you want to launch crypto to fiat exchange, here you face a lot of new problems, a lot of new challenges. And so that's why we do focus on fiat, because we firmly believe that only crypto to fiat exchanges can bring real value on the market now.
Okay. So, I mean, when we look at your exchange, obviously there's no issue with liquidity, because that's what you do. You're an aggregator. You're a liquidity provider. You've recently launched B2BX. Now, do you have any margin products available on the platform?
Unfortunately, no, because we have a license in Estonia, and we got license in on like November of 2018, and in Estonia they consider it that if you provide marginal service, you are a broker, and for broker you need another type of license. And that's why we offer now only spot trading on our exchange. But for institutional clients, we have our Vanuatu license. It's like close to Australia, by the way. And and we provide CFD liquidity. And CFD, which means it's like Forex, crypto, indices, like all type of trading classes of assets. So that's why on exchange, for everyone, for corporate, for retail, and for institutional clients, we provide only spot trading.
Got it.
But for institutional who wants to take marginal liquidity, we provide leverage 1/5, which means like 20% the marginal requirement.
If they have the license.
Yes, we have a license for that. Yes, but this is brokerage license, because this is actually two main concerns on the market now. Like if you provide leverage crypto trading, the regulator they can consider you as a broker.
Yeah.
And for broker, it's
financial license.
Another story. Yes, you know about that. Because you have been on the market, traditional finance, like already more than 20 years. So you know what I'm talking about.
Correct. So let's talk about a little bit more about the exchange right now. I mean, out there in the space, and look, the listeners and the viewers that are listening and watching right now want to know a couple of things, and they're mostly traders. We've got a very large audience of traders because that's what I do. Now, a lot of the platforms out there don't offer us the opportunity to manage our risk easily, and that goes for the dollar risk or the Bitcoin risk, but also for the order risk. Right now, we've got a lot of platforms where I can raise a limit buy or a market buy or a market stop, a market stop or a limit buy if I'm going long. Now, that's the only order that's available if there's no margin opportunity. Because if it's spot, you can't short, right? So from our perspective, what we want to see is the linking of at least the entry and the stop. So here's an example. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm tired as dog, right? I want to raise my order. Here's an order, entry here, stop loss here. But the problem is right now is that I can only raise my entry. So if I go to bed and it triggers, I have to hope it goes higher. Now, hope is the worst strategy in the world. I want to know how to manage my risk. If I trade foreign exchange, no problem at all. If I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any cryptocurrency, it's an issue. Now, you may not have it yet, but when is that going to come? And is it part of your roadmap?
Yeah, actually, it's a very good question because it's real problem on the market, and many exchanges they have been working just maybe 1 year or less, and the many owners of, or let's say, many owners of that exchanges, they even didn't work, or they don't know how actually traditional brokers work.
No,
And
the tech people, not traders.
Yes, even sometimes sometimes I meet like other exchanges, and it's very interesting that many of them, okay, not many, but 20-30% of them, they even they don't trade by themselves, and I don't understand how they are going to manage that. And that's why we do care about liquidity, because we understand the problem that in case what you said, what you described, is because there is not enough liquidity, and you get slippage when you want to enter to the market. So in order to decrease slippage possibilities, or decrease latency of execution, that's why we do care about that. First of all, what we do, it's we host our exchange only in reliable hosting providers, and of course, like financial, the first financial hosting service, it's actually data center. I mean, it's London LD4, yeah. And yes, and the secondly, what we do, it's if you have a look on our order book, you will realize, you will find that on our order book, just first 20 levels, there are around 300 BTC for USD market. So that's mean when you will enter to the market, or your order will get triggered, and so because you have enough liquidity, you have enough volume, you will enter smoothly. And yes, of course, sometimes you will get slippage, but it's not so much,
Makes sense. Well, look, I mean, the best thing for anybody to do is to really understand what's going on, is to go to the website and have a look at it through, because one of the things that as traders we struggle with is having good or lack of slippage. Now, based on what you guys do as far as a liquidity provider, I would expect that there might be a little less issue around that volume for the slippage side of things. So if you wouldn't mind, where can we find out more information about the project, about the exchange, and about yourself, so that people can follow this and have a real good look into it?
Basically, like B2 broker, from very beginning, it was only technology provider for forex brokerage companies. Yep. Then we started to provide forex liquidity. It was in 2015. We started to provide forex liquidity. We took all major aggregators at that time on the market. For example, Integral, Coronex, and then we start to provide liquidity to forex brokers. In 2016, as I said, when Bitcoin price hit 800, because we already had at that time like more than 30 brokers who who was using our liquidity, and they asked us to add in our liquidity pool crypto CFD. So that's why we started provide crypto CFD in the beginning of 2017. We started provide crypto CFD liquidity, which is like marginal with leverage liquidity, to brokerage companies. And in 2018, we launched our exchange. Now we have we have a license. We are a European compliant regulated exchange, and we do focus on crypto to fiat. We do focus on liquidity, and of course, you know, it's not easy to register it on our exchange because we require full KYC from first step. Even for crypto to crypto deposit withdrawals, we require KYC. But we integrated with Identity Mind, which is strong KYC provider, third-party solution, and you can pass KYC, you can spend KYC fully automatically. It takes usually like 2 minutes, you know, 2-3 minutes. It just sounds very hard, like you need to pass KYC, but in reality, it's just 2-3 minutes.
So look, you're talking of offering a CFD, a contract for difference. So that means I can go short on the platform, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's a big, it's a big step.
Yeah, that's the idea. But you know, short like because for many users, especially who trade on the spot trading, on the crypto spot trading, they don't understand how it works. Like, how can I sell if I don't have it?
That's just a lack of education, my man.
Yes, exactly. That's what we are going to focus to do the focus on that, because yes, I know who am.
Here I am.
Should I ask about that? Yes.
You found a guy. You found a guy.
No.
Well, I think it's a really important thing, because you know, in a
very
bear market we can make a lot of money, but we just need to know how. I mean, like last year was a great year for me, but I feel for people that don't know how to make money when the market falls. It's a directional play, and people get hooked up and caught up in the whole confusion of, if I don't own something, how can I sell it? Who cares? Who really cares? Understand that if you get direction right as a trader, you can make money, provided that platform allows it. Your platform allows it. My education allows it. Learn what it is and get aboard it. So look, I want to just ask one more thing at the very end of this, because we've hit our time more or less, to make sure that everybody can listen to this and hear the call to action. Arthur, founder and CEO of B2B X Exchange and B2B broker, where can people find more information about yourself and this platform to go and have a look at what's going on for long and shorts, for also white labeling, exchanges, and massive volume? Where do we look?
Of course, the first of all on our website, and we have our YouTube channel, and we try to be super transparent with our partners and clients. You know, we never hide something. We provide all official publications for all our news, and regarding beach broker products on our website.
Yep.
And anyone can just leave request, and at the same day our sales department, they will call, they will explain, they will show all our products. And as I said before, regarding our B2B exchange, what we try to do, it's because we realize that on the crypto space, the many exchanges, they don't provide reliable customer support, customer service. Sometimes you need to wait 1-2 weeks to get reply on pretty simple question. Yeah. You know, And that's really big problem in the market. And I think the many exchanges, they just don't understand what is going on, because I see the very big competition between good exchanges. And that's why, as I said, like, we do focus on crypto to fiat, on customer support, on transparency, on reliable. And I realized one very interesting thing on the market, that if you remember, just 2 years ago, everybody was talking about decentralization, like freedom. And I don't know, like, now nobody wants to work with decentralized, unregulated exchanges. Everybody wants to work with regulated, centralized, and reliable exchanges who provide good customer support, education, and the good service. So that's interesting seeing how just in 2 years market is changed, and users, they started see on that from other perspective.
Well, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, getting some perspectives, not just from the exchange side of things, but also from the liquidity provider side of things. And ladies and gentlemen, it's www.b2bx.exchange to have a look at that. I appreciate your time so much, Arthur. I wish you all the best going forward. And ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic day, night, or morning. Bye for now.
This show is proudly sponsored by coinspot.com.au, with the largest range of cryptocurrencies anywhere in the Australian market. With an updated verification process, you can now be verified using only your driver's license or passport within seconds. You can instantly deposit funds and instantly start buying and selling your favorite cryptocurrencies in under 5 minutes. CoinSpot are giving away $10 worth of free Bitcoin for each verified user once they make their first deposit. Just go to coinspot.com.au/BTC123. Views are of the advertiser, not Trader Cobb or the audio presenter.